If you haven't heard this soundbite,
Ridge Racer!
You need to spend more time on the internet. Ridge Racer 7 has been billed as one of the PlayStation 3's first big guns, and at the very least, it's meant to fill an obvious need for PS3 owners looking for a racing game at launch. The game is big on drifting and full of unlockable cars and parts, but does it end up on the showroom floor, or is it strictly parking lot material? So, what's under the hood? 40 machines, 22 courses, 375,000 potential customizations, and 7,150 tuning options. Online, you can race with up to 14 players in several race types with your customized machine. Looking at the numbers, Ridge Racer 7 is a powerful package, even if it shares some content with Ridge Racer 6 for the Xbox 360. You can access a good chunk of this content in the game's arcade mode, which lets you get behind the wheel of a number of crazy futuristic cars on the course of your choosing. There's also a time attack mode that lets you shoot for the best times on each individual course, and you can compete for the best times worldwide on the game's leaderboard. If you want to get the most out of the game though, you'll want to start a career in Grand Prix mode and work your way up to the top. You unlock cars and parts as you impress manufacturers with your driving skills, and you get bonus points if you continue to use their equipment when you enter single events or a Grand Prix. When you've earned some credit, there's a lot of potential car customization to do, starting with cosmetic options like paint color, decals, and body kits. Then you can move on to the performance-related tweaks like engine tune-ups, several variations on the nitrous boost, and suspension adjustments. It takes a lot of work, and the interface is pretty basic despite being crisp and clean, but the game is good at constantly rewarding you. As long as you can hack it in the races, that is. If you've never played a Ridge Racer game before, you have some catching up to do. Driving has a very distinct feel here, and friction is at a minimum. The signature element of the series is the drift, which lets you swing around corners at high speeds without stopping to brake. The move looks and feels a bit unnatural. Players often describe the sensation as being locked onto a rail around the corner as they try to control the direction the car faces. Drifts are the absolute key to victory, so you either learn how to do it or you lose. There's a slipstream mechanic that lets you gain speed by closely tailing cars in front of you, but 90% of the game's depth is in the drifting. The nitrous boost system and the drift system are directly connected, so ideally, you'll use the extra speed from your boost to execute a high-speed drift that in turn gives you even more boost. It definitely takes skill. In fact, it takes a lot of skill. If you're not already well acquainted to the series, you'll basically find yourself having to learn an entirely new style of racing. Because racing feels so different here, it's possible that some players who are used to other games like Gran Turismo or Project Gotham Racing will be turned off. If you manage to get into it though, you'll find Ridge Racer 7 to be deep and rewarding. The 22 tracks in the game range from nighttime drives through modern cityscapes to morning runs through scenic canyons. On the technical side of things, you have a lot of hairpin turns, which just happen to be great for drifting. Oh, and there might actually be a ridge in there somewhere. Ridge Racer 7 is an impressive game, but it's not a racing game for everyone. It's challenging and polished, but it can also take a bit of getting used to. This isn't quite a killer app for Sony's new system, but it's definitely a game that racing fans with a brand new PlayStation 3 should check into.